Does it look strange for you that in order to understand the meaning of life, people need to come to the almost death?
Yes.
To get psilocybin, for example.
Yeah, well, and that's a great point. In fact, my wife, I described this project that we were planning, and she said, well, why wait until people only have a few months to live?
Strange.
When they don't have time to do anything, or maybe limited actions, wouldn't this be good in a person who's young and has their life in front of them?
At least existential crisis, at least they want to.
And so the idea arose that, that healthy people will surely benefit from this, and and that also makes me think of Dr. Jim Fadiman's work with the use of psychedelics to enhance creativity and problem solving. So these are non-medical uses. You don't have to be a patient to want to be creative, but there's some evidence that psychedelics can help people, have a breakthrough in their like maybe they're trying to solve a problem, a scientific problem, or an architectural problem, or just they want, maybe they're writing a book and they need some insight, and so these materials might be useful for many other use, and they have a traditional use in spiritual practices, but so this is another. You got a third, spiritual, medical, creativity.
Yeah, the creativity is also like to use psychedelic for outside result, like for creating something. But spirituality is understanding the nature of human being.
Yes.
And it's somebody doing that now. Researching.
With respect to spirit. Well, I'm reminded of the study that was done at Johns Hopkins under Roland Griffith's direction, in which psilocybin was given to volunteers. So these were non-medical patients who, and these were people who were also naive. They had not had any experience with psychedelics. And I'm recalling that about 65% of them reported that this was one of the most meaningful experiences of their lives, and many reported a spiritual, or I don't know what the word, I hesitate to use the word religious, but an experience that they felt more in touch with the universe and the creator, whoever, whatever that is, or the being of the universe, and so sounds spiritual to me.
But would be difficult to prove for the universities or for states the importance of such an experience.
Would it be difficult to prove that? Yeah. Well, there are people at universities who are interested in such things. The scientists are not always just interested in reductionism. Some of them are. I don't think this is reductionist. And so I think that maybe in certain disciplines, like, maybe in, I'll say psychology or something, where people are just interested in how these states arise, maybe they don't need as much convincing as a medical doctor might, or something. We have this, in Western medicine, and I include Russia in that often we treat symptoms, and that's the approach, and it's kind of a reductionist approach. I had a discussion with a person about using psilocybin for anxiety, and this person said, well, we already have anxiolytic drugs. we have benzodiazepines, Valium, things like this, benzodiazepine. And I said, well, that's true, and they do reduce anxiety, but it's only while the drug is there. Once the drug wears off, the anxiety may return, and it deals with the symptoms. But the psilocybin may actually deal with the source of the anxiety, which is maybe, it helps people integrate their conflicting thoughts, or deal with trauma or whatever. And now you don't even need the benzodiazepine, and so it's a readjustment at a more basic level, whereas the benzodiazepine is just kind of treating the surface. So I think there are people that think about it at that level, that appreciate that might be a better approach. And I mean, with the psilocybin studies, or the trials that they're doing at Bethesda and at NYU, people only take 1 or 2 doses of psilocybin. It's not like they have to, like with a benzodiazepine, you're taking it every day. So it kind of, I think, reflects how the mechanism is different. The psilocybin is readjusting at a basic level. Now you don't need anything.
And did this person, have been proved by you? With whom you talked about that?
Has he been what?
Did he agree with you?
Oh yeah, he saw. I don't think this person has had a psilocybin experience. So I think if a person has that, it's as clear as day. But he was open-minded enough to appreciate that if one could achieve this readjustment at a basic level, then one wouldn't need the benzodiazepine. So he was like, okay, well maybe that will work. So I did think that he didn't dismiss it, out of hand.